Good morning everybody, and welcome to another. Hope everybody's had a good sleep. I managed about 4.5 hours I think, so I'd packed my stuff up last night, so I was pretty much ready to go come this morning, but I actually did contemplate leaving at around about 2-3 o'clock and hanging out round here and maybe having a sleep in the station. But I decided might as well make the most of a comfy bed for them few hours. And also I'm actually glad I did, because along the way just now I've been picking black currants off of the brambles, and it's made for a nice breakfast to begin the day. So pleasantly saturated, should we say. Come to the end of another great week, and I should be looking forward now to getting home and putting my slippers on and just mellowing out. I got some time here to kill, I think around about an hour and a half, something like that, so I shall linger around and wait for everybody else to arrive to catch the train as well. I've been really quite at peace. Even though I've had some news that wasn't so great, I've worked through it and remembered to put it where it needs to be in order to enjoy the time and the day as it is, and reflect on that also when I need to. Overall, it's just been really refreshing to get away from home and beginning to come out of myself a little more again, not so low as I had been, and so you know, I'm making the most of them good vibes while they're here. The curse of bipolar is you never know tomorrow how you're going to wake up. Do you know what I mean? So if today begins as a good day, enjoy it and see to it the best that you can do, because tomorrow may not be the same. And even if it's not, I'm beginning to learn, like I say, to, you know, take it all as it is really, and understand that life comes with those flows, and that's just a part of the process. Just gotta sit down here for a while, get myself comfortable, take this bag off, and grab a bit of the shade, because the sun's directly overhead here, and I can definitely feel it. Even though I didn't wear the hat and gloves this time, I'm still in the poncho, because he's a nutter. I shall make my way down there and catch us all in a bit. I'm in, and got myself a nice seat to chill on for while I am. I'll remember to take her out the bag this time, so you didn't need to moan, did you? No? Good. So, say good morning, Moo. Good morning, Moo. And how did you sleep? Yeah? She says, like a sleeping cow. Fair enough. We're gonna chill here for a little while, and then probably set you guys away so that when people do arrive they don't think I'm a knobhead or a nutter for chatting away to this thing, do you know what I mean? It's been a really pleasant week. I've had some nice surprises around the corners and things, and you know, made the most of what I wanted to do, and yeah, it's been good to get out and get a little bit of exercise. I'm happy I've come. I'll also be happy once I'm home. Just, as I said previously, the balance between being out and being in, you know. The truth is, wherever you go with you. So if you've got problems, they're coming along. If you've got burdens, you're carrying those. If you've got nothing to worry about whatsoever, you just get to float down the stream of life, don't you, Mo? As you all know, I've been doing wonderfully with reading my book. so I got a bit of time. That's what I might actually end up doing. I did contemplate, as I say, stopping out last night down here, but I left the caravan door open to check what the temperature would be like, and even though I've got enough layers, I thought, well, bed's more comfy and warmer than sleeping on this floor here. I'll show you. That would have been my bed. I think the next time I do come here, quite possibly I'm going to bring my camping stuff with me and not stop on the park at all, actually. Just wander off into the same direction I came on Monday and just see if I can find a little, like, nook or something to slip in inside of and become invisible to the world and lose a couple of days that way, you know what I mean? I think this is my my 4th time in 6 months of being here now. So I'm quite used to the place. I know where what is and so on. I've still not gone to Pwllheli, or whatever it's called. I'm useless at Welsh names, so you'll have to forgive me. At some point I will do. Maybe that would be the time where, if I'm camping out into the greens, head onto the beach and wander that way on foot, do you know what I mean? Plans for the future anyhow. But for the now, we're just gonna chill here and wait on this train. As we do, I just want to say a thank you to everybody who maybe has tuned into these and enjoyed what you've seen. I don't really think to go, and this is what I'm going to do next for their entertainment. I just press record and say what's on my mind and do what I feel, you know what I mean? So, thanks to anybody who has stuck by and enjoys that. You're the greatest, guys! I'm happy with how my channel works, but, you know, YouTube these days, man, it doesn't give a shit for somebody who doesn't have numbers. I'm gonna stroke my cow, and there ain't nothing you can do to stop me. Stop him! Stop him! Tell you what though, man, brilliant acoustics in here, right? Check this out. And even though it all went wrong, I'll stand before the Lord of Song with nothing on my tongue but hallelujah. Beautiful, isn't it? So anyway, I'm nattering on here. I'm gonna take my book out and read a little bit more of that, I think. I've just gotten to a bit now where this park ranger, he's basically come across a snake under his front porch. It's a gopher snake apparently, and they're pretty timid and whatnot, so they're good for fending off rattlesnakes and then in turn reducing the amount of mice that are in the area. So yeah, I shall get back to whatever's happening next with that, really. So, short while now I've been reading my book and I've just put that away. People are beginning to arrive any second now. The train has just gone that way to go to Pwllheli. So it'll do so, and then it makes its way back here, and we've got to flag it down to ensure that it knows we want to get on. I shall probably chill for the next half hour or so, whatever it is, and then get on the train, and then it's back home. Before I do cut off and wait for the train, a quick thought towards the movie last night. I've seen it before, I know of it, I know what it's all about, etc. But I think I've only seen it the once, and I'd kind of forgotten how actually brutal it is. There were some parts in that where I'm like, nah man, this is too much. Do you know what I mean? I felt kind of guilty because I'm on a caravan park where there's families and people all enjoying like their time away, and I'm here listening to this stuff going on, the door's open, and fuck knows what anybody thinks if they're hearing it, do you know what I mean? She's screaming her head off, they're laughing maniacally and all sorts, like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, sat on the sofa, this is too much, man. You know, and I did contemplate turning it off, but no, I figured I'll see it through and it is what it is. left me a little uneasy, honestly. Not the greatest of subject matters, and I don't promote that kind of behaviour. But I watched the making of featurette afterwards, and the way the actors are obviously isn't how their characters play out. So it was a lot easier then to process what you'd seen, and it is just a movie. I was on the doorstep afterwards having a cigarette, and the neighbouring caravan, she'd come back with the dog, and I said to her, I said, I was watching Independence Day, I reckon I should have carried on doing that, you know what I mean? I said, because film I've just seen, it's turned me head a little bit, you know what I mean? And she was like, oh yeah, what film was it? So I told her, she was like, oh, there's a second one of that. I was like, is there? Didn't know. So Googled it, and sure enough there is. So now I should probably get a hold of a copy of that and put myself through that as well. So, pleasant evening's viewing. It'll stay in my collection, but it's not the kind of film that you bring a friend around and say, oh man, let's sit and watch this, bring the popcorn. I can understand, Rose, why you didn't want to see it. And honestly, after watching it myself again, you're right not to have done, and I wouldn't personally allow you to do it with me. I loved every minute of it. Shut up, you. You bloody psycho. Anyway, people will be showing up any second now, so that's enough of that. Just a thought. If home is where the heart is, and the kingdom of heaven is within, does that imply that heaven is the heart, and the heart is heaven? Or at least that the way that you make use of your heart opens up the pathway to get to heaven. Or maybe it's the case of heaven's not even a place to call a destination, but more so a vibration and mindset. It's a place that can exist in the same plane as Earth if we just want it. It's worth thinking about it. When the pulse of the man aligns with the hum of the cosmos, then he understands peace. Train station ramblings of an absolute madhead? Maybe. Or perhaps there's some truth in it. I'll let you decide. Anyhow, on that note, I'd best prep for signalling this thing for when it arrives. So, catch you in a moment. Oh, come on now. Homewards, Mostyn, back to the house. I've got just over 3.5 hours now. For the now, I shall enjoy the scenery, and maybe I'll show you a little bit along the way. If not, I'll catch you shortly and go from there. Come on out now. Popped her in my pocket just so that there's no hassle whilst sorting the bag and getting on and so on, which we are now. So, cool. All from me and her. Peace for the now, and see you soon.